Okay, we are live now. Yeah. Bonjour, bonjour. Good morning. It's after 6 here in England, and I'm back for another live stream to talk about the anime Princess Tutu. This anime is original. I mean it. It's not based on a manga. Yeah, it's an original TV series created in 2002 or it aired in 2002, but it was probably created before that. And I love this story because it kind of reminds me of Ponyo. I know, in a sense that the heroine, I, the heroine, the dog, let's call her the dog. The dog fell in love with a prince, and she wanted to be by his side. Okay, she didn't want to leave his side, and she wanted it so much. At some point she became human, so she can remain with him, she can see him every day. That's why I made a comparison to Ponyo, because we all know how Ponyo felt when she met Sosuke. Yeah, so is it Sosuke? Yeah, I think it's Sosuke's name. So now let's start from the beginning. As I said, the anime aired in 2002 and has 26 episodes, 2 seasons of 12, 13 episodes. Yeah, and the story follows a dog, as I already said. Oh, let me mention that, as I said, it's not based on a manga. Since it's an original TV series, a two-tom manga was published later after the series aired. So it was so popular, they felt like they needed to turn it into a manga. There are only 2 toms if you want to give the manga a try. In case you are not really into anime and prefer to read the manga, you can also read the manga. So the story follows a dog. Yeah, as I said, she fell in love with a prince, and she kept watching him every day because the prince does ballet. He used to go by a lake to practice his ballet moves, and this dog always looked into the prince's eyes and felt like he was always sad. Why is he so sad? He's practicing ballet, he should be happy, but he's so sad. What's going on? And the story is that the prince came out of a story. Did I repeat myself? So there was this writer called Drosselmeyer who had the ability to bring his story back to life. Yeah, and he was writing The Prince and the Raven. Yeah, the Prince and the Raven. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, let me have coffee. So he was writing The Prince and the Raven when he died, so he never got to finish the story. And the characters, the prince and the raven, are locked into an eternal battle. Okay, they're going to keep fighting each other, and at some point, since the writer had the ability to bring his stories to life, the prince came out of the story. But when he did, he lost his heart because he used it to seal the raven. Since then, it's just like an empty vessel. Yeah, he doesn't feel anything at all. He lost his memories, has no feelings, and is just apathetic. Is it the word in English? So that's why he always looks sad. He can't be sad or happy. He's just there. He doesn't feel anything for anyone at all. And the dog was in love with him. She wondered, why is he like this? And Dresselmeyer locked his consciousness away. It's like he knew what was going to happen, and he wanted to put an end to a story. He wanted the story to be tragic. So he locked his consciousness away, and this consciousness took human form, then approached, if you can call that thing human. I think it's human. Okay, it's kind of scary, but it's human. And he approached the duck to tell her that there's a way for her to be with the prince. So he made her an offer. He said, I'm going to turn you human. In return, I want you to collect the pieces of the prince's heart. That's why he always looks sad. He's missing his heart. The duck was more than happy to accept the offer because she gets to be with the prince, and uh, she becomes human. Okay, she's going to see the prince. So she agreed to the deal, but there was a catch to that deal. The catch is that Princess Tutu, that's the duck, she's going to transform into Princess Tutu to collect the pieces of the prince's heart. Princess Tutu can never confess her feelings to the prince, even after he collects, after he gets his heart back. She can never ever confess her feelings, because if she does, she's going to turn into light. So they'll never be together. That's what I meant by the writer wanted the story to be tragic. So the girl collecting the prince's heart is in love with him but can't tell him, I love him. Yeah? At first she was apprehensive. She found out about it just by she was eavesdropping on the prince. The prince is called Mito in this anime, on Mito's friends' conversation, and that's how she found out, because it's a story, everyone read it, and they know, since that writer had the ability to bring his character to life, the friends don't know that Mito, their classmate, is actually the prince from the story, and sorry, and the duck. She's literally called duck in Japanese in the anime. I think it's Aira. Duck, it means duck in Japanese. Let me just check quickly. I mean, Aira. What's her name again? Anyway, Aira or Airo, yeah? It literally means duck in Japanese. So when she found out about it, she was like most people, okay? She was hurt because she can't be with the boy she loves. But it didn't stop her from collecting all the pieces of his heart, because she wanted him to have his heart back. And when his heart shattered, the pieces went to lodge or took refuge, I don't know, like in Inuyasha, when the pearl broke, you saw how the pieces went in every direction and took refuge or went to lodge into people's body. That's how Inuyasha and Kagome had to collect them. So she was Princess Tutu, has to do the same thing with the Prince Heart. And the people she's going to meet aren't always friendly. There are people who are jealous or lonely. So every emotion the prince is supposed to feel goes into someone else. Since it doesn't belong to that person, yeah, they start acting in a weird way. They don't act normal because there is an emotion in them that doesn't belong to themselves. So that's her job. When uh, every time she notices the piece of the prince's heart, because she knows she has the panda chief. I'm turning this into Franglish. I'm speaking French and English at the same time. Maybe this is why this is how it is when you watch anime in French. Okay, you start looking for words in English. It's just that I'm not used to watching anime in English. I've been watching anime in French since I was a kid. Okay, it's my first language. It just feels normal to me. If it's not French, it's Japanese with French subtitles. So that's why I'm kind of struggling with the words. So as I use Inuyasha as an example, When the prince's heart shattered, the pieces went in every direction and went into people's body. So there are people out there who have emotion that don't belong to them, and because they have that emotion that belongs to someone else, they don't act normal. That's how Airo, or the dog, finds them. I think it's Airo or Airo, I'm pretty sure. So that's how she finds them. She has this necklace with a panda chief that glows when she comes across someone who has a piece of the prince's heart. So she's been collecting them, and I'm not going to tell you how the story is going to end because that's like a spoiler. As I said, if you love ballet, fairy tales, and classical music, you're going to love this anime. It seems childish, yeah? It seems childish, but it's actually pretty deep. Imagine if you had more than anger, not hunger, anger emotions, yeah? Yours and someone else. How are you going to act? Can you handle two emotions that with one not belonging to yourself? That's why I think it seems childish, but it's pretty deep. When I watched it at first, it took me a while to finish this anime. Yeah, I watched it in 2006 or 2007. It took me a while. At first, I was just like, this is childish. This is for maybe 10 or 12 years old. I can't watch this at my big age. I was in my early 20s at the time. So then I gave it a try again, and I realized how deep this story is, because we have a prince who doesn't feel anything at all, who's apathetic. He lost his emotion. So it gives you an idea of how people who lack emotion actually behave. I can't say feel because he doesn't have emotions. How they behave. He hurt people around him without knowing that he was hurting them, because he doesn't feel anything. He can't be in their shoes. Yeah? He can't understand how they feel when he hurts them, because he lacks emotions. So it gives you an idea of what it is like to lack emotion. It's easy for you to know if there is someone around you who lacks emotion. Maybe it's easy, maybe not. Sometimes we hurt people we love without even realizing it. We don't hurt them because we want to. It's just that it happens because sometimes you can't put yourself in that person's shoes, if that makes sense. And the story about a girl being in love with a man, with the boy she can't be with, is also relatable to a lot of us. At some point, we've had a crush on someone we know that we couldn't be with, or their feelings were not returned. Yeah, so it's psychological. Yeah, it's pretty deep. That's why I wanted to talk about it. The design isn't great. Yeah, it's not the best anime out there, but the music is amazing and the storytelling is also beautiful. The dog is a funny girl. I love her reactions to pretty much everything. Yeah, I love it. So if you have time, give this anime a try. It's beautiful. As I said, if you love fairy tales, if you love tragic stories, I'm not going to tell you how it ends because I want you to find out on your own. Give it a try. It came out in 2002. It's pretty old, but it's still good. If you're into classical music, ballet, watch it. And the team, uh, they pick they know how to combine fairy tale, ballet, and classical music. Everything in this anime makes sense if you get what I mean. Yeah, it goes well with the storytelling, the theme of the anime. Sometimes when you watch an anime, you feel like something feels out of place, but not with Princess Tutu. Everything goes well together. Like how she transforms into Princess Tutu. Tutu, you know what Tutu is? It's that skirt ballet dancers wear. And she practiced. When she became human, she went to a school where you get to practice ballet. And ballet goes well with classical music. Also, there is the storytelling and the tragic story of the princess who can't be with the boy she loves. So everything fits together, yeah? And oh my God, it's beautiful. How she goes on a journey, if I can call it, to collect. It also feels like an adventure because she's going to collect the pieces of the prince's heart, even though she knows deep down she can't be with him. Is she going to risk it or tell him how she feels, knowing that she's going to turn into light, or is it best to keep her feelings to herself so that she can still be around him even if she can't be with him? This anime is beautiful, okay? So I just wanted to talk about Princess Tutu, and tell me what you think in a comment if you watch it, and just give me your impression. Do you agree with what I say? Do you really think that everything fits together and it's a good show to watch, or did you think something else, or you just couldn't finish the anime? Okay, that's all for today's live stream. Thank you for watching, even though there is no one watching right now, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe.